Third, because wherever we see there is war. If you look at Russia, there is war there. Israel, they're waiting. So they are all waiting. Iran is fighting. And we have a great neighbor on one side, very supportive, tilted towards dharma. So we have one person here. Azerbaijan and Armenia, small places. One is Tumkur district, the other one is Chikbalapur. They are fighting. So there is war everywhere. What is the result of it, sir? Now yen madidvi, sir? Our stock prices, mutual funds, because when there is market volatility, it will come down. So what is the only way to stay positive? Stay bullish. Because there is bull and bear in Sanatana Dharma. Bear is Jambavanta. Bull is Nandi. For maintaining positivity in our life, stay bullish. This is our sixth rahasya. Why? Because whenever Mahadeva Rudramurti is referred to in our Shastram, he is called Vrishadhvajam. The one who has got the bull as his insignia on his flag. You know, in the Tamil language, Yen sir, Madhya Madhyadalli Tamil. See, politics can be aside. Let them keep fighting. In Bhakti, every language is important. We can never say one language is superior to the other. If you are a Tamil speaking Astika, learn Kannada. If you are a Kannada speaking Astika, learn Telugu. If you are a Telugu speaking Astika, learn Tamil. The more languages we learn, we enjoy. If I learn Telugu, Amukta Malyada, Potana Bhagavatam, Annamacharya Sankirtanalu, Yenno unnai kada. Nannaya Kavyam, Venkaya, so many Mahans in the Telugu language. Kannada, oh my goodness, the moment you learn, you can just hug and embrace Purandaradasa and Kanakadasa. You learn Tamil, Nalayara Divya Prabandham is at your call. So learn languages. So when I quote Tamil, you know, one of them will write on Instagram, Tumba Nivu Tamilinda helbitri. If you want to create division based on languages, my lectures is not the place. Because I have given equal importance to all languages. Every language is important. This one language is superior, the other language is inferior, doesn't work in my lectures. All languages are important. Learn. Next time when we meet, we should have learned at least 2 verses from another language. Let's have that. Now, in the Tamil language, there is a great Acharya called Periyalvar. Periyalvar was the foster father to Andal. He sings a lullaby, Lori, to Vamana Murti. Vamana is the son of Aditi and Kashyapa. So, he sings this. Manikkan katti, vairamidai katti, aani ponna sheda vanna chirutottil, peni unakku piraman vidutandan, manikkuralane kalilo. Brahma presented a cradle made in 24 karat gold without being alloyed with copper. Brahma gave. Then this little boy Vamana had to be presented with a girdle. Girdle andre Mekhala. Kanchi, Uddiyanam. Who gave this? Shiva gave. Udayar Kanamaniyodu Unmadulam Poo Idai Viravi Kotha Yezhil Teligi Nodu Vidayer Kabali Ishan Vidutandan Udayayade Lade Talilo Ulagamalandane Talilo. So he says Vidayer Kabali. Kabali means Kapali, Shiva. Who is he? The one who sits on the bull. Vidai Yeru. So this Vrishadhvajam, bullish bull, is Shiva. Has he been mentioned in the Ramayana many times? So if people try to create the division as Shaivas and Vaishnavas to separate Hindus, don't fall for that trap. Because we all come under one umbrella called Sanatana Dharma. Some people will be fear-mongering, trouble-mongers, essentially saying that I am superior to you. Don't do that. We all belong to one tree called Sanatana Dharma. So I will tell you the beautiful references to Mahadeva, Shiva in Ramayana. One, when Rama has to go and win over Sita to get Mangalatvam in his life. Because you know what? Tyagaraja Swami is a very realistic Acharya. When Vishwamitra has to wake Rama up, he says, Melukovaya, Melukovaya. Rama is not waking up. 4 to 4:30, he keeps singing Melukovaya, Melukovaya. 4:30, he said, what should I sing? Tyagaraja sent a message, Vishwamitra ji, Sita ko beech mein laiye. You know what Tyagaraja says? Meluko vayyamam yeluko rama melaina Sita sametana bhagyama. Oh, you have to marry Sita, wake up. He woke up. So Rama goes to Janakapattinam, Mithila to marry Sita. What was that brought them together? Shiva's bow. By breaking Shiva's bow, Rama joined Sita. So Shiva in a way was responsible for Rama and Sita to come together. Second, the next part is about the yajna. So this is where we need to concentrate a bit. When Dasharatha performed Ashwamedha Mahayajna, there is a portion in the Vedas called Ashwamedham. You might have learned Achidram, Katakam, Ashwamedham. These are all important portions in the Vedas. If you have not learned, start learning through an Acharya. In Ashwamedham, there is a mantra, Vishnave Swaha, Vishnave Nikuryapaya Swaha, Vishnave Nibhuyapaya Swahetyaha. When you perform Ashwamedham, that Ashwamedham's palan is dedicated to Narayana. That is why Narayana is regarded as Yajno Vai Vishnuhu. When Rama, after Pattabhishekam, wanted to perform a yajna, he asked Bharata if I can perform Rajasuya yajna. Bharata said, don't. Because if you perform Rajasuya yajna, you will end up creating a lot of enemies around you. So why to create enemies? As such, now we have 2 large enemies around Bharata. Why create more enemies? Instead, do Ashwamedham. So Rama said, I will perform Ashwamedham, but I want to dedicate this Ashwamedham to somebody whom I love. Bharata asked, whom do you want to dedicate this to? Whom do you love? He said, I want to dedicate this to Mahadeva. This is the shloka in Uttarakandam. He says, I will dedicate. What is the word dedicate, sir? In the last 40 years, any award ceremony, they will dedicate. If the person is given some award, I would love to dedicate this award to this world. You must have seen that Miss Beauty, Miss World, Miss Universe. They will inform. See, 40 people are contesting. It will come to 20, 20 to 10, 10 to 5, 5 to 3. The 3 of them will hold their hands together. Have you seen that moment? The pageant title goes to, they will declare Miss Uruguay, whatever, Paraguay. That Uruguay, she will not accept it with the chill. எனக்கு போய் கொடுத்துட்டே நான் நன்னாவே இல்லையே அப்படின்னு அவங்க பக்கத்துல இருக்கக்கூடிய சச்சாமர ரமாவாணி, the 2 other women will say, ஏண்டி நம்ம 3 பேர்ல நீ நன்னா இருக்கடி. So then she will come and dedicate this award. I would love to dedicate this award to. You have to go to that baritone to dedicate this award. But Rama dedicated this award to Mahadeva, says Uttarakand. Next, beautiful place. See, when you see Mahadeva Rudramurti, his extension is Shanmukha. Shiva is Panchamukha. Shanmukha is 6 heads. Now again, Tamil Nadu people will immediately come. Murugan Tamil Kadavul. நாங்கள் தமிழர்கள் பிரத்யேகமாக கொண்டாடக்கூடிய கடவுள் முருகன். எங்கள் தமிழ் மொழியை வளர்த்தவர். மற்ற இடங்களில் முருகனுக்கு உண்டா? Because they have not read the Ramayana. At least their wives are attending my lectures. Now, in the Ramayana, Rama goes with Vishwamitra to the forest. Vishwamitra is old, Rama is 12 years. Engaging youngsters is the biggest challenge for parents today. Correct? Now, if you bring them to lecture itself, parents are worried whether they will sit for 2 hours. 2 hours, how can they sit? Can't you speak for 1 hour, half an hour? They're engaging children is tough. The ancient technique of engaging children is to tell stories. Who told the stories? Vishwamitra. How many stories? 9. Where? In Balakandam. To whom? Rama. What were those 9 stories? Ganga Avataranam, Kurma Avataram, Vamana Avataram. One of that is Kartikeya Charitra. Who is Kartikeya? He says, once when Shiva and Parvati were married, it was believed that Shiva's Shakti is the one that can destroy Taraka. So Kama came. Who is Kama? Kama is the god of love, Cupid. He is called by various names. Kama Deva, Kandarpa, Kandarpana, Krodha, Binda Kanteredu, Kunda, Ugranu Nine, Indiresha Sri Ramana Namava, Chandadi Pogaduva Nine, Chandrachuda Shiva Shankara Parvati. ಕಂದರ್ಪಣ ಕ್ರೋಧದಿಂದ ಕಂತೆರೆದು. ಕಂದರ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪರ್ಯಾಯವಾಚಕ ಶಬ್ದ. ಕಾಮ, ಕಂದರ್ಪ. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ another ಶಬ್ದಂ in Sanskritam, ಮಾರನ್. ಮಾರನ್ is also Sanskritam. Whether the brothers agree or not, so this Kama, he shot the flower arrow at Shiva from Ikshubana. So Shiva got passion. So he saw, and then he checked how from my tapasya have been broken. He saw Kama, he burnt him and turned him into a heap of ashes. That time his Shakti came out in the goblets of fire. Those goblets of fire traveled in Ganga. Devatanam pratignyaya Gangam abhetapavakaha Garbham dharaya vai devi Devata namidam priyam. Ganga carried the Shakti of Shiva as goblets of fire. Since this is going to create Kartikeya, he is called as the son of Ganga. That is why Kartikeya is called Gangeya. Kartikeya, Gangeya, Gauri Tanaya. So this goblets of fire reached in Ganga to various tall grass. See, if you see the low waters of rivers, you will see tall grass growing. It is called Sharam. Since this place was infested with tall grass, it was a Vanam, and these goblets of fire stayed. It is called Sharavana Bhava. Sharavanam. So you may wonder, sir, it is Vanam. You should call it Sharavana, right? Why did you say Sharavana? Because in Panini grammar, Purva Padatu Sanyayam Agaha. If two words come together, the first word has ra and no ga, and the second word has na. The resultant word should not have na and should have na. So Shara plus Vana is not Sharavana, it is Sharavana. Rama plus Ayana is not Ramayana, it is Ramayana. So in Uttara Bharatam, Ramayan ko pad rahe hain, kya wo galat hai? Ramayanam, na should come. So Sharavana Bhava. So he is called Gangeya because he came from Ganga. Since he arose from the forest filled with tall grass, he is called Sharavana Bhava. Those goblets of fire were taken in by 6 women called Kritika Stris. Later he was birthed, so he is called Kartikeya. When that lady wanted to deliver Shanmukha, in earlier days, instead of putting the carrying mother on a bed, they will make her stand, sculptures suggest. And then with the pillar support, she will push the child. When the amniotic sac breaks and the child has to come, it will slide along the thigh of the mother. Sliding is called Skannam. Since Skannam happened to this child, he is called Skanda. In ancient Tamil, half letters were not allowed. So Skanda became Kanda. Kandava. So we say Kanda, right? Kanda comes from Skanda. Skanda ityubruvan devaha. Skannam garbha paristravat. Kartikeyam Mahabahum Kakutstha Jvalanopamam. So he is called Gangeya, Sharavana Bhava, Kartikeya, Skanda. In the Tamil land, he is called Muruga. Very many temples. There is a kshetram called Tiruttani, Viralimalai, Palamudircholai, Palani, Tiruchendur. So many kshetras. In Kerala, there is a kshetram called Payyanur. Anybody from Payyanur here? Arana ivada, Asarana. So there is a kshetram called Payyanur. In Karnataka, we have Ghati and Kukke Subramanya, both dedicated, many places. Similarly, in Andhra, in Tirupati, the uppermost waterfall is called Kumaradhara. If you go to Uttarakhand, there is Kartikeya. Now, if you just see quickly the pictures, in one of the slides, you would see 4 Murtis of Kartikeya put as a collage. Can you see it? 4 pictures. The topmost picture is from Afghanistan. 1800 years back, a sculpture found in Afghanistan of Kartikeya. Below that, you see the folded leg of Kartikeya with one staff. He is found in the Gupta period, 1500 years back in Uttar Pradesh. The central Kartikeya seated on peacock is found in Kambujadesham, Cambodia of the Khmer period, 1800 years back. Not 1800 years, 800 years. Next to that is Kartikeya of Madhya Pradesh, found 900 years back. So Kartikeya is famous throughout the geography, largely celebrated in Tamil Nadu, and it is believed that he nurtured the Tamil language. This Kartikeya, who is an extension of Mahadeva, his Charitram was told by Vishwamitra to Rama in Balakandam. Third reference. Now, when Rama fights Karadushana and Trishiras in Janasthana, current day Nagpur, 14,000 Rakshasas come and fight Rama without asking for any help, without asking for any mediation from any third country. Rama fights the Rakshasas. Now Valmiki says, Rama fought the Rakshasas. You know how? He says, Rama fought the Rakshasas like how Shiva fought Andhakasura in Shvetaranyam. Sapatata karo bhumau dahyamana sharagnina Rudrena yeva vinidagdhaha Shvetaranye yathondakaha. Shveta anta helidre yenartha? White. In Tamil, what is white called? Vendmai, wind. Aranya anta helidre yeno? Forest. In Tamil, what is the word for forest? Kaadu. Vengadu, Tiruvengadu near Vaidishwaran Kovil is the Kshetra. Now, when I told this in Delhi, a few of my North Indian friends got offended. They said, Sir, ये वाल्मीकि जी उत्तर प्रदेश में लिखे थे. उनको कैसे पता होगा कि ये वेंगाडू में हुआ है? I said, I may not know, but the commentator says, Tatra Kaveri Tiravartini Shvetaranye. What is this Shvetaranyam? The commentator says, which is on the banks of river Kaveri. So Valmiki was absolutely geography adroit. He was not agnostic to it. Now, the fourth reference. When Hanuman burns Lanka, what did Hanuman do? Hanuman left Lanka, Bharata Desham, in the evening hours, crossed the waters, reached Lanka, was able to vanquish Simhika, beat the immigration officer, then her name was Lankini, went inside, attacked the terrorist targets alone. He did not burn the entire Lanka. That was adharmam. He spared the houses of the pregnant women, of the older people, of the younger children, and came back and returned. Operation Sindoor. Because he came that way, right? He returned. So when Hanuman burns Lanka, Ravana comes to his balcony and sees Lanka was burning. That is when he called for a round table conference, immediately called the DGME. Let us all meet. Then he asked, what is this? Then they said, Sir, don't ask us now. Before abducting Sita, you should have consulted with us. You consulted single-handedly. Because of April 22 only you had May 10th. Why do you have to do that? Aisa mat kiji. That is when Hanuman burns Lanka. You know what Valmiki says? Hanuman burning Lanka with the fire of his tail is like Shiva burning Tripura. Hanumata Vegavata Vanarena Mahatmana Lankapuram Pradagdham Tadrudrena Tripuram Yatha. So he says, this is how he was associated with Shiva. Now coming to the most important part, Rameshwaram. There are 3 schools of philosophy here. This is the place where there are some disturbances or differences of opinion. There are 3 schools here. If you pay attention, you can understand this. First, there is a Shaiva school of explanation. Shaivas, devotees of Mahadeva, who trust in the Vedas and rely on Puranas like Shiva Purana, Linga Purana, Agni Purana, Kurma Purana, believe in the 28 Shaiva Agamas, believe in Shiva Sahasranamam, the 12 Tirumurais that we see in the Tamil tradition, all of it, they believe that Mahadeva appeared as a pillar of fire, and that eventually extrapolated to places called Jyotirlinga Sthalams. One of the Jyotirlinga Sthalams in the southernmost part of Bharatadesham is Rameshwaram. There, Mahadeva is known by the name Ramanatha. So, one of the Jyotirlinga Sthalams which Shiva devotees believe is Rameshwaram. Point number 1. They say it is in this kshetram that Rama worshipped Shiva as Ramanatha Linga before leaving to Lanka for the Yuddham. Agreed? So, Shaiva's point taken. Second school of philosophy are the Smartas. So, everybody is a Smarta because we all believe in Smritis, but Smartas are essentially people who believe that both Shiva and Vishnu are equal in various respects. So even today in many places in Kerala, devotees go to Vishnu temple in the morning, Shiva temple in the evening. Smartas have a dual way of explanation. I will tell you what it is. What is the name of Mahadeva in Rameshwaram? Ramanatha. There are two ways of explaining the word Ramanatha in Sanskritam. In Sanskritam, we have two samasas, Tatpurusha samasa and Bahuvrihi samasa. Ramanige Yavunu Nathano, Aunige Ramanatha anta hesaru. The one who is the Swami, the Natha of Rama is Ramanatha. So Rama came there, worshipped the Lingam, he believed in Shiva, for him the Swami is Shiva, so Ramasya Nathaha Ramanatha. Simple, tick mark. There is another explanation Smartas give. The one to whom Rama is the Natha is Ramanatha. So that means for Shiva, Rama is the Natha. Is that true? Smartas say yes. In Kashi Kshetram, it is a belief that whenever a person is about to die, in his right ear, Shiva does Upadesham of Tarakanama, Ramanama. So Shiva does Upadesham of Ramanama. That is why we say Ishvara Uvacha Sri Rama Rama Rameti. So Shiva utters Ramanamam because he loves Rama. So Shiva loves and worships Rama, so he is called Ramanatha. How do we know? That is why Smartas say Kashi Rameshwaram are connected. Rameshwaram, Ramanige Yavunu Nathano Ramanatha, so Rameshwaram. The one who has got Rama as his Natha is Kashi, Ramanamam. So both are equal, correct, tick mark. Now come to the third school, Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas believe that Narayana is the supreme. All devatas are his body. So they say, where is it said that Rama worshipped Shiva? If we say Ramayanam, now note the incidents. I will give a samadhanam for this. Hanuman goes to Lanka and comes back and informs in Kishkindha that I have seen Sita. I will describe Hanuman's greatness on Friday between 5 and 7:30 MLR Center. Now, when Hanuman comes and informs, Rama says, now we have to go southward. So they leave Karnataka, they go across Tamil Nadu and reach towards the end where Rama reclines as Darbhashayana Rama. Towards whom? Samudra Raja, because to construct a bridge, he needs eco-tribunal clearance, because then they will say activists will come tomorrow, fishes are dying, crocodile is dying, mat karo, medha will come. So, that is why he wanted eco-tribunal clearance from Samudra Raja. 3 days he does fasting unto death. He doesn't go behind and drink Musambi juice. He follows the proper fasting procedure. Towards the end of it, Samudra Raja comes and allows construction, and Rama constructs the Setu, takes all the Vanaras. For Vanaras, it was the first foreign trip. They had all informed their wives, "Nam husband foreign hogta idare." So they all came, they accompanied Rama and they crossed Bharatadesham through the Setu, reached Lanka. Rama fought Ravana. Till here in the Ramayanam, in that order, nowhere it is mentioned Rama worshipped Shiva. There is not one verse. On the return, after Agni Pariksha, when Rama returns, he tells Sita, I've been missing you for all these days. How are you? Sita said, same here, Ji, same pinch. Now, Rama tells what all he did for Sita, because he suffered a lot, right? He has to tell Sita, Ninikoskara yenalla madidini nodu. That nodu, while telling nodu, he tells, Atra purvam Mahadevaha prasadam akarot prabhu. Here is where I propitiated Mahadeva. On his return, he says. Ashte aitalva sir? No, there is a problem here. If Rama worshipping Shiva is so important, why didn't Valmiki mention on his to root? Fro root only is mentioning back. So then Mahadeva Shabdam has a different meaning, says the commentator. He says Deva means Deva, Mahadeva means big. So he worshipped Samudra Raja who is called Mahadeva. But there is a problem here. Ramayanam on Rama's route to Lanka doesn't say Rama worshipped Linga, but Kurma Puranam says Rama worshipped Shiva. How do we reconcile with this? Vaishnavas are the third school. They have to agree. There is a way out for this. Even if the Sri Vaishnavas believe that Narayana is supreme, they can still accept the school because we have to come to a consensus so that we don't fight in the society. That is my objective. There is a way out. How do we accept this? In Harivamsham and Mahabharatam, there is a belief that Krishna married Jambavanta's daughter called. They did not have children for a long time. That time they do Kailasha Yatra to get Anugraham of Shiva, and because of Shambhu's grace the son was born, so he is called Shambha. This Shambha, who is the son of Krishna, marries Duryodhana's daughter. That is why Krishna and Duryodhana were sambandhis. Now this Shambha was born as a result of Mahadeva. Vaishnavas accept that because it is clearly mentioned. So the reconciliation or the answer to this is, even if Narayana is supreme, if Narayana treats his devotees very close to his heart, Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhuhu dharage dakshina kaveri tira kumbhapuravasanu-nine ಕರದಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಣಯ ಗಾನವ ಮಾಡುತ್ತ ಉರಗಭೂಷಣನು ನೀನೆ ಕೊರಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಸ್ಮ ರುದ್ರಾಕ್ಷವ ಧರಿಸಿದ ಪರಮ ವೈಷ್ಣವನು ನೀನೆ ಗರುಡ ಗಮನ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಪ್ರಿಯನು ನೀನೆ ಚಂದ್ರಚೂಡ. So Vaishnavas believe that Shiva is the Parama Vaishnava. So if Bhagavan worships Shiva at that point in time as Parama Vaishnava, it will not affect his Paratvam. Even if Rameshwaram legend is accepted by the Vaishnavas, there is no question of his Paratvam going. So we have to reconcile and never fight over differences. So stay bullish is the sixth Rahasya. Now comes the, for me it's a grandeur moment to recite Mahavira Vaibhavam, Raghuvira Gadyam. Betty bought some butter. The butter which Betty bought was bitter, so she put some better butter into the bitter butter to make the bitter butter better. And before this could come, she sells seashells on the seashore. To how much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood? खिड़कियों के खड़कने से खड़कता है खड़क सिंह के खड़कने से खड़कती है खिड़कियां. Correct. Before all of these rappers could come, my Vedanta Deshika gives the best spiritual rap. It is called as Raghuvira Gadyam. If you recite this, you can learn any language at ease. It will become a cakewalk. It will become a Adirasam walk. Jayatya Ashridasan. It is called Raghuvira Gadyam. Google will give you. You can recite along. Jayatya Ashridasantra Sadvanta Vidvamsanodayah Prabhavan Sitaya Devya Paramavyoma Bhaskaraha. Jaya Jaya Mahavira Mahadhira Dhaureya ದೇವಾಸುರ ಸಮರ ಸಮಯ ಸಮುದಿತ ನಿಖಿಲ ನಿರ್ಜರ ನಿರ್ಧಾರಿತ ನಿರವಧಿಕ ಮಾಹಾತ್ಮ್ಯ ದಶವದನ ದಮಿತ ದೈವತ ಪರಿಷದ ಭ್ಯರ್ಥಿತ ದಾಶರಥಿ ಭಾವ ದಿನಕರ ಕುಲಕಮಲ ದಿವಾಕರ ದಿವಿಷದ ದಿಪತಿ ರಣ ಸಹಚರಣ ಚತುರ ದಶರಥ ಚರಮತೃಣ ವಿಮೋಚನ ಕೋಸಲ ಸುತಾ ಕುಮಾರ ಭಾವ ಕಂಚುಕಿದ ಕಾರಣಾಕಾರ ಕೌಮಾರ ಕೇಳಿ ಗೋಪಾಯಿತ ಕೌಶಿಕಾಧ್ವರ ರಣಾಧ್ವರ ದುರ್ಯ ಭವ್ಯ ದಿವ್ಯಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವೃಂದವಂದಿತ ಪ್ರಣತ ಜನ ವಿಮತ ವಿಮಥನ ದುಲ್ಲಳಿತ ದೊಲ್ಲಳಿತ ತನುತ ರವಿಶಿ ಕವಿತಾಡನ ವಿಗಡಿತ ವಿಶರಾರು ಶರಾರು ತಾಟಕ ತಾಟಕೇಯ ಜಡ ಕಿರಣ ಶಕಲ ಧರ ಜಟಿಲ ನಟ ಪತಿ ಮಕುಟ ತಟ ನಟನ ಪಟು ವಿಬುಧ ಸರಿದತಿ ಅತಿ ಬಗುಳ ಮಧುಗಳನ ಲಲಿತ ಪದ ನಳಿನ ರಜ ಉಪಮೃದಿತ ನಿಜವೃಜಿನ ಜಹದುಪಳ ತನುರುಚಿರ ಪರಮ ಮುನಿವರ ಯುವತಿನುತ ಕುಶಿಕ ಸುತ ಕಥಿತ ವಿದಿತ ನವ ವಿವಿಧ ಕಥ ಮೈಥಿಲ ನಗರ ಸುಲೋಚನಾ ಲೋಚನ ಚಕೋರ ಚಂದ್ರ ಖಂಡ ಪರಶುಕೋ ದಂಡ ಪ್ರಕಾಂಡನ ಖಂಡನ ಶೌಂಡ ಭುಜ ದಂಡ ಚಂಡ ಕರ ಕಿರಣ ಮಂಡಲ ಬೋಧಿತ ಪುಂಡರೀಕ ವನ ರುಚಿ ಲುಂಟಾಕ ಲೋಚನ ಮೋಚಿತ ಜನಕ ಹೃದಯ ಶಂಕಾತಂಕ ಪರಿಹೃತ ನಿಖಿಲ ನರಪತಿ ವರಣ ಜನಕ ದುಹಿತ ಕುಚತರ ವಿಹರಣ ಸಮುಚಿತ ಕರತಳ ಶತಕೋಟಿ ಶತಗುಣ ಕಠಿಣ ಪರಶುತರ ಮುನಿವರ ಕರಧತ ದುರವನ ಮತ ಮನಿಚ ದುರಾಕರ್ಷಣ ಪ್ರಕಾಶಿತ ಪಾರಮೇಷ್ಠ್ಯ ಕ್ರತುಹರ ಶಿಖರಿ ಕಂತುಕ ವಿರುದ್ಯುನ್ಮುಖ ಜಗದಿ ರುಂತುದಚಿತ ಹರಿ ದಂತಿ ದಂತ ದಂತುರುಂತತ ಶವದನ ದಮನ ಕುಶಲ ದಶ ಶತಭುಜಮುಖ ನೃಪತಿ ಕುಲ ರುದಿರ ಜ್ವರ ಭರಿತ ಮೃದುತರ ತಟಾಕ ದರ್ಪಿತ ಪಿತೃಕ ಭೃಗುಪತಿ ಸುಗತಿ ವಿಹತಿಕರ ನತಪರುಡಿಶು ಪರಿಗ ಅನತ ಭಯ ಮುಷಿತ ಹೃದಯ ಪಿತೃವಚನ ಪಾಲನ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞಾವಜ್ಞಾತ ಯೌವರಾಜ್ಯ ನಿಷಾದ ರಾಜ ಸೌಹೃದ ಸೂಚಿತ ಸೌಶೀಲ್ಯ ಸಾಗರ ಭರದ್ವಾಜ ಶಾಸನ ಪರಿಗೃಹೀತ ವಿಚಿತ್ರ ಚಿತ್ರಕೂಟ ಗಿರಿ ಕಟಕಟ ರಮ್ಯಾವಸತ ಅನನ್ಯ ಶಾಸನೀಯ ಪ್ರಣತ ಭರತ ಮಕುಟದರ ಸುಗಡಿತ ಪಾದುಕಾಗ್ರ್ಯಾಭಿಷೇಕ ನಿರ್ವರ್ತಿತ ಸರ್ವಲೋಕ ಯೋಗ ಕ್ಷೇಮ ಪಿಶಿತ ರುಚಿ ವಿಹಿತ ದುರಿತ ಬಲಮಥನ ತಲ ಬಲಿಗುದ್ದುಗನುಗತಿ ಸರಭಸ ಶಯನ ತೃಣಶಕಲ ಪರಿಪತನ ಭಯಚಕಿತ ಸಕಲ ಸುರ ಮುನಿವರ ಬಹುಮತ ಮಹಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ದ್ರುಹಿಣಹರ ಬಲಮಥನ ದುರಾರಕ್ಷ ಶರಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ದಂಡಕಾತ ಕೋವನ ಜಂಗಮ ಪಾರಿಜಾತ ವಿರಾಧ ಹರಿಣ ಶಾರ್ದೂಲ ಬಿಲ್ಲುಳಿತ ಬಹುಫಲ ಮಖಕಲ ಮರಜನಚರ ಮೃಗ ಮೃಗಯಾರಂಭ ಸಂಭೃತ ಚೀರಭೃತ ನುರೋಧ ತ್ರಿಶಿರ ಶಿರಸ್ತ್ರಿತಯ ತಿಮಿರ ನಿರಾಸ ವಾಸರಕರ ದೂಷಣ ಜಲನಿಧಿ ಶೋಷಣ ತೋಷಿತ ಋಷಿಗಣ ಘೋಷಿತ ವಿಜಯ ಘೋಷಣ ಕರತರ ಖರತರು ಕಂಡನ ಚಂಡ ಪವನ ವಿಸಪ್ತ ರಕ್ಷ ಸಹಸ್ರ ನಳವನ ವಿಲೋಲನ ಮಹಾಕಳವ ಅಸಹಾಯ ಶೂರ ಅನಪಾಯ ಸಾಹಸ ಮಹಿತ ಮಹಾಮೃತ ದರ್ಶನ ಮುದಿತ ಮೈಥಿಲಿ ದೃಢತರ ಪರಿರಂಭಣ ವಿಭವ ವಿರೋಪಿತ ವಿಕಟ ವೀರವ್ರಣ ಮಾರೀಚ ಮಾಯಾಮೃಗ ಚರ್ಮ ಪರಿಕರ್ಮಿತ ನಿರ್ಭರ ದರ್ಭಾಸ್ತರಣ ವಿಕ್ರಮ ಯಶೋಲಾಭ ವಿಕ್ರೀತ ಜೀವಿತ ಗೃದ್ರರಾಜ ದೇಹದಿ ರಕ್ಷಾ ಲಕ್ಷಿತ ಭಕ್ತ ಜನದಾಕ್ಷಿಣ್ಯ ಕಲ್ಪಿತ ವಿಬುಧ ಭಾವಕ ಬಂಧಾವಿನಂದಿತ ಅವಂಧ್ಯ ಮಹಿಮ ಮುನಿಜನ ಭಜನ ಮುಷಿತ ಹೃದಯ ಕಲುಷ ಶಬರೀ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಭೂತ ಪ್ರಭಂಜನ ತನಯ ಭಾವುಕ ಭಾಷಿತ ರಂಜಿತ ಹೃದಯ ತರಣಿಸಿದ ಶರಣಾಗತಿ ಪರತಂತ್ರೀಕೃತ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ದೃಢಗಡಿದ ಕೈಲಾಸ ಕೋಟಿ ವಿಕಟ ದುಂದು ವಿಕಂಕಾಳ ಕೂಟ ದೂರ ವಿಕ್ಷೇಪ ದಕ್ಷ ದಕ್ಷಿಣೇತರ ಪಾದಾಂಗುಷ್ಠ ದರ ಚಲನ ವಿಶ್ವಸ್ತ ಸುಹೃದಾಶಯ ಅತಿ ಪೃತುಲ ಬಹುಬಿಟ ಬಿಗಿರಿಧರಣಿ ವಿವರ ಯುಗ ಪದುದಯ ವಿಭೃತ ಚಿತ್ರ ಪುಂಖ ವೈಚಿತ್ರ್ಯ ವಿಪುಲ ಭುಜ ಶೈಲ ಮೂಲ ನಿಬಿಡ ನಿಬೀಡಿತ ರಾವಣ ರಣ ರಟಕ ಜನಕ ಚತುರುದದಿ ವಿಹರಣ ಚತುರ ಕಪಿಕುಲಪತಿ ಹೃದಯ ವಿಶಾಲ ಶಿಲಾತಲ ಧಾರಣ ದಾರುಣ ಶಿಲೀಮುಖ ಅಪಾರ ಪಾರಾವಾರ ಪರಿಖಾ ಪರಿವೃತ ಪರಪುರ ಪರಸುತ ದವದಹನ ಜವನ ಪವನ ಭವ ಕಪಿವರ ಪರಿಶ್ವಂಗ ಭಾವಿತ ಸರ್ವಸ್ವದಾನ ಅಹಿತ ಸಹೋದರ ರಕ್ಷ ಪರಿಗ್ರಹ ವಿಸಂವಾದಿ ವಿವಿಧ ಸಚಿವ ವಿಸ್ತ್ರಂಭಣ ಸಮಯ ಸಂಭ್ರಂಭ ಸಮುಜೃಂಭಿತ ಸರ್ವೇಶ್ವರ ಭಾವ ಸಕತ್ ಪ್ರಪನ್ನ ಜನ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣ ದೀಕ್ಷಿತ ವೀರ ಸತ್ಯವ್ರತ ಪ್ರತಿಶಯನ ಭೂಮಿಕಾ ಭೂಷಿತ ಪಯೋಧಿ ಪುಳಿನ ಪ್ರಳಯ ಶಿಖೆ ಪರುಷ ವಿಶಿಕ ಶಿಖಾಶಿ ಶೋಷಿತಾ ಕೂಪಾರ ವಾರಿಪೂರ ಪ್ರಬಲ ರಿಪು ಕಲಹ ಕುತುಕ ಚಟುಲ ಕಪಿಕುಲ ಕರತಲ ತೂಲಿತ ಹೃದಿ ನಿಕರ ಸಾಧಿತ ಸೇತುಪಥ ಸೀಮಾ ಸೀಮಂತಿತ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಧೃತಗ ಧರುಮುಗ ಬರೂಥಿನಿ ನಿರುದ್ಧ ಲಂಕಾವರೋಧ ವೇಪತುಲಾಸ್ಯ ಲೀಲೋಪದೇಶ ದೇಶಿಕ ಧನುರ್ಜಾಘೋಷ ಗಗನ ಚರ ಕನಕಗಿರಿ ಗರಿಮದರ ನಿಗಮಮಯ ನಿಜ ಗರುಡ ಗರುಡ ನಿಲ ಲವಗಳಿತ ವಿಷವದನ ಶರ್ರ ಕದ್ದಣ್ಣ ಅಕೃತ ಚರ ವನಚರ ರಣಕರಣ ವೈಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಕೂಣಿತಾಕ್ಷ ಬಹುವಿಧ ರಕ್ಷೋಬಲಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ ವಕ್ಷ ಕವಾಟನ ಪಾಟನ ಪಟಿಮ ಸಾಟೋಪ ಕೋಪಾವಲೇಪ ಕಟುರಟ ದಟನಿ ಟಂಕೃತಿ ಚಟುಲ ಕಠೋರ ಕಾರ್ಮುಕ ವಿನಿರ್ಗತ ವಿಶಂಕಟ ವೀಕ್ಷಿಕ ವಿತಾಡನ ವಿಘಟಿತ ಮಕುಡ ವಿಕ್ವಲ ವಿಶ್ರವಸ್ತನಯ ವಿಶ್ರಮ ಸಮಯ ವಿಶ್ರಾಣನ ವಿಖ್ಯಾತ ವಿಕ್ರಮ ಕುಂಭಕರ್ಣ ಕುಲಗಿರಿ ವಿದಳನ ದಂಭೋಳಿಭೂತ ನಿಶಂಕ ಕಂಕಪತ್ರ ಅಭಿಚರಣ ಹುತವಹ ಪರಿಚರಣ ವಿಘಟನ ಸರಭಸ ಪರಿಪದದ ಅಪರಿಮಿತ ಕಪಿಬಲ ಜಲದಿ ಲಹರಿ ಕಲಕಲ ರವಕುಪಿತ ಮಗವಜಿತ್ ಅಭಿಹನನ ಕೃತನುಜ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಕ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ದ್ವಂದ್ವ ಯುದ್ಧ ಅಪ್ರತಿದ್ವಂದ್ವ ಪೌರುಷ ತ್ರಯಂಬಕ ಸಮಧಿಕ ಘೋರ ಸ್ತ್ರ್ಯಾಡಂಬರ ಸಾರಥಿ ಹೃತರತವ ಸತ್ರವ ಶಾತ್ರವ ಸತ್ಯಾವಿತ ಪ್ರತಾಪ ಶಿತಶರ ಕೃತ ಲವಣ ದಶ ಮುಖ 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 ದಶಕನ ನಿಪದನ ಪುನರುದಯ ದರಗಳಿತ ಜನಿತ ದರ ತರಳ ಹರಿಹಯನಯನ ನಳಿನವನ ರುಚಿ ಖಚಿತ ಕಥಲ ನಿಪತಿತ ಸುರತರು ಕುಸುಮ ವಿತತಿ ರುಚುರ ವಿತರತ ಪಥ ಅಖಿಲ ಜಗದಧಿಕ ಭುಜವರ ಬಲಬಲ ದಶಲಪನ ಲಪನ ದಶಕ ಲವನ ಜನಿತ ಕದನ ಪರವ ಶರ ಜನಿಚರೆ ಯುವತಿ ವಿಲಪನ ವಿಚನ ಸಮ ವಿಷಯ ನಿಗಮ ಶಿಖರ ನಿಖರ ಮುಖ ಮುಖ ಮುರಿವರಿ ಪರಿಪಣಿತ ಅವಿಗತ ಶತಮಕ ಹುತವಹ ಪಿತುಪತಿ ನಿರುತಿ ವರುಣ ಪವನ ಧನದ ಗಿರಿಶ ಮುಖ ಸುರಪತಿ ನುತಿ ಮುದಿತ ಅಮಿತ ಮತಿ ವಿಧಿ ವಿಧಿತ ಕಥಿತ ನಿಜ ವಿಭವ ಜಲದಿ ಪೃಷತಲವ ವಿಗತ ಭಯ ವಿಬುಧ ವ್ಯರಿಬೃಢ ವಿಬೋಧಿತ ವೀರಶಯನ ಶಾಯಿತ ವಾನರ ಪೃತ ನೌಘ ಸ್ವಸಮಯ ವಿಘಟಿತ ಸುಘಟಿತ ಸಹೃದಯ ಸಹಧರ್ಮಚಾರಿಣೀಕ ವಿಭೀಷಣ ವಶಂಬದೀಕೃತ ಲಂಕೈಶ್ವರ್ಯ ನಿಷ್ಪನ್ನ ಕೃತ್ಯ ಕಪುಷ್ಪಿತ ರಿಪುಭಕ್ಷ ಪುಷ್ಪಕರಭಸಿ ಗತಿ ಗೋಷ್ಪತೀಕೃತ ಗಗನಾರ್ಣವ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞಾರ್ಣವತ್ತರಣ ಕೃತ ಕ್ಷಣ ಭರತ ಮನೋರಥ ಸಂಹಿತ ಸಿಂಹಾಸನಾಧಿರೂಢ ಸ್ವಾಮಿನ್ ರಾಘವ ಸಿಂಹ ಹಾಟಗಗಿರಿ ಕಟಕಲಡಹ ಪಾದ ಪೀಠ ನಿಕಟ ತರ ಪರಿಲುಟಿದ ನಿಖಿಲ ಪರಿಪದಿ ಕಿರೀಟ ಕೋಟಿ ವಿವಿಧ ಮಣಿಗಣ ಕಿರಣ ನಿಕರ ನೀರಾಜಿತ ಚರಣ ರಾಜೀವ ದಿವ್ಯ ಭೌಮಾಯೋಧ್ಯಾದಿ ದೈವದ ಪಿತೃವಧ ಕುಪಿತ ಪರಶುಧರ ಮುನಿ ವಿಹಿತ ನೃಪ ಹನನ ಕದನ ಪೂರ್ವಕಾಲ ಪ್ರಭವ ಶತಗುಣ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾಪಿತ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ರಾಜವಂಶ ಶುಭ ಚರಿತರದ ಭರತ ಖರ್ವಿತ ಗರ್ಭ ಗಂಧರ್ವಯೂತ ಗೀತ ವಿಜಯ ಗಾತಾಶತ ಶಾಸಿತ ಮಧುಸುತ ಶತ್ರುಘ್ನ ಸೇವಿತ ಕುಶಲವ ಪರಿಗೃಹೀತ ಕುಲಗಾಥಾ ವಿಶೇಷ ವಿಧಿವಶ ಪರಿಣಮದ ಮನ ಭಣಿತಿ ಕವಿವರ ರಚಿತ ನಿಜ ಚರಿತ ನಿಬಂಧನ ನಿಶಮನ ನಿರ್ವೃತ ಸರ್ವಜನ ಸಮ್ಮಾನಿತ ಪುನರುಪಸ್ಥಾಪಿತ ವಿಮಾನವರ ವಿಶ್ರಾಣನ ಪ್ರೀಣಿತ ವೈಶ್ರವಣ ವಿಶ್ರಾವಿತ ಯಶ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಪಂಚತಾಪನ್ನ ಮುನಿಕುಮಾರ ಸಂಜೀವನಾಮೃತ ತ್ರೇತಾಯುಗ ಪ್ರವರ್ತಿತ ಕಾರ್ತಯುಗ ವೃತ್ತಾಂತ ಅವಿಕಲ ಬಹು ಸುವರ್ಣ ಹಯಮಕ ಸಹಸ್ರ ನಿರ್ವಹರಣ ನಿರ್ವರ್ತಿತ ನಿಜ ವರ್ಣಾಶ್ರಮ ಧರ್ಮ ಸರ್ವಕರ್ಮ ಸಮಾರಾಧ್ಯ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮ ಸಾಕೇತ ಜನಪದ ಜನಿತ ನಿಗ ಜಂಗಮ ತದಿತರ ಜಂತುಜಾತ ದಿವ್ಯ ಗದಿದಾದ ಗಾನ ದರ್ಶಿತ ನಿತ್ಯ ನಿಸೀಮ ವೈಭವ ಭವತಪನ ತಾಪಿತ ಭಕ್ತ ಜನ ಭದ್ರ ರಾಮ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಭದ್ರ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಪುನಸ್ತೆ ನಮಃ ಚತುರ್ಮುಖೇಶ್ವರ ಮುಖೈಃ ಪುತ್ರ ಪೌತ್ರಾದಿಶಾಲಿನೇ ನಮಃ ಸೀತಾ ಸಮೇತಾಯ ರಾಮಾಯ ಗೃಹಮೇಧಿನೇ ಕವಿ ಕಥಕ ಸಿಂಹ ಕಥಿತಂ ಕಠೋರ ಸುಕುಮಾರ ಗುಂಭ ಗಂಭೀರಂ ಭವ ಭಯ ಭೇಷಜಂ ಏತತ್ ಪಠತ ಮಹಾವೀರ ವೈಭವಂ ಸುಧಿಯಃ. This is Raghuvira Gadyam of Swami Vedanta Deshika, who has written such a massive work explaining the essence of Ramayanam in Gadyam. A lot of youngsters should learn this to get their tongues rolled on and describe the beauty and the grandeur of Samskrita Bhasha.